share with you the number one thing that changed my whole sales game. It's the word certainty. You've probably heard before that certainty sells, or that the most certain person in a sales conversation usually wins. Whether that's on a sales call, in business, in a negotiation, or any time you're trying to influence someone. Because the person with the most calm and unwavering voice often got the most results. When someone heard a calm, loud, unwavering voice, it gave them security and reassurance in the tribe. Now, certainty doesn't mean that you're the loudest or most dominant or aggressive person in the room. It's trusting your timing. It's trusting your voice. And essentially, it's owning who you are when you speak. Certainty is backing yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable. Even when you don't know how the sales call will go or when the outcome is unknown. Certainty is calm conviction. It is being composed in situations where most people get emotional. Your buyers on sales calls can instantly sense whether you believe in yourself or not. The moment that you sound unsure about yourself or what you're offering, they feel it and they pull back. Not because they don't want the thing, but because you don't sound like the person who can actually help them get to where they want to go and who they want to be. And in sales, certainty is your belief in what you are saying. When you fully believe in yourself and what you are saying, that belief transfers over to the other person on the phone. And sales essentially is just a transfer of energy and emotion. So whatever you project and mirror onto your prospect is what they're going to feel. So we need to hold a calm and unwavering conviction. You want to sound like someone who knows they can deliver them the result. We're just installing trust, and they need to believe in us and trust that we can deliver the outcome and the result. And when you sound like that, people will feel more secure in your presence. People will relax. There's an old rule in business that the most certain person in the room usually wins. Human beings are wired to follow calm and confident voices because for thousands of years, calm meant safety and uncertainty meant danger. So when you speak with certainty, you signal reassurance to the brain. So here's the part that most people miss. Certainty is emotional leadership. Your prospect mirrors your emotional state on a call. If you are calm, they calm down. If you are tense and stiff, they tense up. If you hesitate, they hesitate. If you are grounded, they start to trust you. You are not convincing them emotionally, you are transferring your emotional state to them. And a big part of this comes down to your voice. Nervous people let their tone rise at the end of a sentence and they have upwards intonations, which means they sound uncertain. Whereas people who finish their sentences with a lid, like a matter of fact tone with a lid on the end of their sentences, like a full stop, or the tone goes down like a command tonality, there's a lid on the end of the sentences. And that allows their words to land more effectively. They speak at a steady volume, not too soft, not rushed. They go slightly slower than average. They emphasize what matters and they are comfortable with silence. There is also language that kills certainty. Here's some of the language that signals a red flag in the prospect's mind and makes you perceived as low status. Words like hopefully, just, kind of, maybe, I think. I am no expert, but every time you say that, you soften your authority. Certain people speak clean. They don't speak like, just like, so, whatever, and all vague and wishy-washy. Your prospects are begging to be led. They want someone that's going to come in, hold authority, lead the interaction, set the frame, and take control of the interaction where it's going to go. Because essentially, they don't know what to expect other than what the way that you're going to lead the interaction. And that's just down to your own leadership, okay? So certain people speak clean and articulate, no hesitation, no fluff or beating around the bush, no apologizing for asking direct questions, and learning how to operate from a place. And learning to operate from that place is a big part of how I was able to do over $50,000 a month in commissions as an online closer. Okay? They buy your certainty. Sales is an emotional journey from A to Z. Okay? And certainty is essentially just self-trust. It's trusting your judgment, trusting your timing, trusting your voice. And certainty is owning yourself and who you are. Okay. So I just wanted to share that tonight, guys. And I want you to really work on your sales calls and just trusting yourself more, owning yourself, putting a lid on the end of your sentences, and starting to become more aware of this language that I shared tonight on this live so that you can do a lot better. Because I'm telling you now, like, I've trained and recruited thousands of salespeople. And the first thing I notice in the first 15 seconds of like a Loom video, an application video, is how certain that person is by how sharp they are from the opener. So it's the same thing. You have to essentially understand that first impressions last, and the way that you start like a Loom video, the way that you start a sales call, the certainty that you project makes a big difference in how people perceive you. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll keep jumping on most days. I'm going to be doing lives and also our podcast with different guests. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.